What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And Raphinha, the Brazilian winger who is Leeds United's best player, has been linked heavily with Liverpool. Liverpool want to sign a young exciting forward just like Diogo Jota, who can play on the left wing or on the right wing, and Raphinha is having a brilliant season for a pretty much struggling Leeds United side who have turned their form around. They have won the last two games where Jack Harrison scored 4 goals, but Raphinha got 8 goals and 2 assists this season in the Premier League. And considering that last season he managed just 6 goals in 30 matches, this season he already bettered that, and last season he had 9 assists, but this season the other Leeds United players have been, missing so many chances. Raphinha has been their best player, and a Leeds United reporter has said that Leeds, of course, will only sell at the price that they are happy with, but do not overlook what the World Cup may do to Raphinha's value if he's still a Leeds player by then. So Leeds United would either sell Raphinha in the January transfer window or next summer, but Leeds United are not anytime going to challenge for trophies, and Raphinha is a player good enough to play for any top team in the world. He is still seriously that good. Let me know what they think about him in the comments below. Do you think Raphinha would be a terrific signing for Liverpool? I think he is exactly what we need, a signing, a transfer in the mold of Diogo Jota, who could come in and straight away improve his numbers and become even bigger, even better player under Jurgen Klopp. Because at Leeds United he's producing these numbers surrounded by an average team. No disrespect, Leeds United at best are a mid-table side. At Liverpool he would be surrounded with world-class players which could amplify his output. He would get so many more assists and so many more goals, because obviously Liverpool create a lot more chances than Leeds United. His contract is set to expire in the summer of 2024, so he still has another 2.5 years left on his contract, and he is at the perfect age at 25 years old where he's about to explode and become even better and hit his prime. So if Julian Ward, the transfer guru now in charge of transfers at Liverpool, if they think that Raphinha is a serious target, it would seem foolish to just wait another year and for his value to even inflate even more, because the Leeds reporter is right. If Raphinha goes to the World Cup and he has an amazing World Cup banging in the goals for Brazil, his value will be maybe 30%, 50% more, maybe even more. And the Leeds reporter, Baron Cross, has said that contract talks between Leeds and Deco, the former Portuguese international, Raphinha's agent, are ongoing. There is confidence a deal can be struck and the Brazilian will move on to terms which accurately reflect his status and the club and in the league. Raphinha is not making life difficult for anyone in any way around this deal. Naturally, I cannot predict the future or what Raphinha's camp may choose to do, but the noises are positive and it would suit all parties to sign a new deal and secure his value. So basically he will be getting a big new contract, and also if he's even sold after a new contract, it guarantees that Leeds United will get a big transfer fee for him. And there is a transfer boost that Liverpool were handed in this pursuit of Leeds United, because Bayern Munich have been pursuing Raphinha as well. They have been asking about him, but Kingsley Coman just signed a new contract at Bayern Munich until 2027, and that suggests that this means that they will not be moving for Raphinha anymore, given both players play in the same position. And the Brazilian is set to still cost a fair chunk of money, with Leeds reportedly valuing him at around £60 million. I don't think Liverpool would pay even 60 million for Raphinha. For that price, you would expect somebody who would come in and bang in 20-25 goals a season, every season, and Raphinha right now is not on that level. He started off his career in Portugal for Guimarães, where after a brilliant season in the 2017-18 season, where he scored 15 goals in 32 matches in the Portuguese league, he moved on to Sporting. 1 year later he moved on to Rennes, and then 1 year later he moved on to Leeds United, so he was basically switching clubs and moving up the leagues every year. So there is no suggestion that Raphinha would stay at Leeds United any longer. This is his second season, and if he wants to play for a big club, the time is now. Or in the summer to leave Leeds United. And Leeds United chairman Andrea Radrizzani is realistic enough to know that Raphinha will go eventually, and he admits that the club may have to sacrifice some big names to fund signing young players. He said, "We will have to sell maybe one or two key players from our team and buy other talents coming up like Leicester did in the past, so we need to be humble and realistic about our means." It's obvious that Leeds United can't give Raphinha a contract big enough or high enough to represent his true value in the league. He's one of the best wingers in the Premier League, and Leeds can't really pay 100, 120, 150,000 pounds per week wages. This would completely shatter and disrupt their wage structure. So they have to be very sensible and very smart. Either give Raphinha a little bit of a bigger contract, or just sell him, cash in, and fund the other transfers that they want to make with the sale of Raphinha. This is what Leeds United can do. And Deco, Raphinha's agent, has pretty much confirmed in October that he's aware of Liverpool's interest, and he said Raphinha wants to play at the top level. This is what the Raphinha agent said. He's happy, Raphinha is happy at Leeds United, and for sure the time will come to take the biggest leap in his career, to take a step forward. Leeds are aware they will want to make an important sale, and Raphinha will end up growing in his career. Raphinha has a market and Leeds have high expectations. It was never a project in a hurry. Raphinha has ambitions to play at a higher level despite Leeds being in the Premier League. Things will happen naturally. So he obviously means a club playing European football and potentially a club playing Champions League football. And Liverpool are not only playing Champions League football, we are pretty much the only team right now challenging Manchester City for the Premier League title. And I think a boost like signing Raphinha in the January transfer window could really propel Liverpool a little bit closer to Manchester City. It would give us so many more options than we currently have going forward. Even though after the Crystal Palace game in the Premier League, the next game is in Leicester, I think on February the 10th, so Salah, Mane and Keita will be back by then, hopefully, unless they contact COVID or get injured at the Africa Cup of Nations. But signing Raphinha would be a long-term buy, and he could be the next superstar, the next Salah, the next Mane, the next Diogo Jota, the next player who could play for Liverpool for the next 7 or 8 years and score a lot of goals and become a Liverpool legend. And did you watch the post-match analysis of the West Ham Leeds United game, where Raphinha was one of the best players on the pitch and he was instrumental in Leeds winning 3-2 in an absolute thrilling game? And Graham Souness thinks that Raphinha has the work ethic and the quality to play for a club challenging for trophies and titles. He said that to be part of the top team that wins the big trophies, you have to work your socks off. It's not enough that you have the talent, you have to have the work ethic and the quality to play for the top teams. That boy, Raphinha, has got the ability you would ever need to play in any team in the world right now. But on top of that, he's got the hard yards in him as well. He will do the running that players like him with all that technique don't normally want to do, but he will do it. He could play for any top 4 team in the world. You would hate to play against him. This is a big month for Leeds, because if they sell him to a top team, Leeds United could fold and they could get relegated. I don't think so. I think there is comfortably even more than 3 clubs much worse than Leeds United. I mean, Leeds are on 22 points right now, with the latest 6 points that they picked up, and Norwich in the last place in 18th place, are on 13 points. So Leeds United have a 9-point gap between themselves and the last place team who gets relegated. And Deco, his agent, has confirmed that several clubs like Raphinha, and Liverpool do like him. There were approaches in the summer, but nothing official. Leeds wanted to keep him for another season. So Liverpool basically inquired about Raphinha. So our interest stands, and our interest in Raphinha is a long-term interest, and I think we should push for this transfer to happen in the January transfer window. Of course, Leeds would be a little bit reluctant to sell him during the season, But if we show enough money and put enough money on the table, then we could get him. And that could be the difference between Liverpool winning the title, pushing Man City all the way, and Liverpool falling away in the title race, just like Chelsea did. Marcelo Bielsa is a very experienced football manager. He has been to many countries, coaching many brilliant players. He said Raphinha is the best player in the team, in all senses. Physically he's best, technically he's at the level of the best, and his interpretation of the game is very wise. He's within the group of such a powerful nation as Brazil. He shines in the Premier League, and he has the attention of all the big clubs in the world. All of those things are something you guys know as well. Nothing I'm saying is new. As a result, the decision of the club can only be valued that they want to extend his contract. The big question is, will Raphinha sign his contract that Leeds United are preparing for him, or will he say, no, I want to leave either in January or in the summer? If Liverpool make it known to him and his agent that they are interested, I'm sure that Raphinha would jump at the chance to go to Liverpool and to challenge for the Champions League and the Premier League instead of fighting against relegation. No disrespect to Leeds, they are a big club, a great club, but they are not on the level of Liverpool. Nowhere near. And Stan Collymore had a very interesting take on what Liverpool should do with this situation that we have Origi injured, Salah and Mane away at the Africa Cup of Nations. He said, rather than signing somebody in the transfer market, Liverpool should look from within and solve this issue, promoting a young player like Kyle Gordon. He said, what we are all doing is we've got the world's best academy at Liverpool. We've got this amazing player who's got a show reel when he went on loan from Arsenal to MK Dons. He's played really well in the FA Cup and in the League Cup, so play Kyle Gordon. That for me is the answer to Liverpool fans who say get the checkbook out and sign a big player. I know there is a long-standing thing with FSG that they won't spend, even clubs like West Ham or Aston Villa now that have spent a lot with Steven Gerrard there, Philippe Coutinho going back and spending a lot on wages. But surely if you are a category 1 academy like Liverpool's and you are getting players around the world to come to your academy, the best players as well, Chelsea are FA Cup youth cup winners, they have won virtually every trophy at youth level across Europe, trust them and bring them through and play them. And I think Kyle Gordon should have played against Arsenal in the League Cup semi-final, and he played against Brentford as a substitute. But I really hope that we at least take him and put him on the pitch, off the bench against Arsenal in the second leg, just to see what he can do. And Stan Collymore also suggested that signing Philippe Coutinho at the end of the season would make a lot more sense for Aston Villa than it would be for Liverpool. Coutinho's wages are still pretty high, and he will be 30 years old at the end of the season. So that was two of the reasons why probably Liverpool didn't sign him on loan, because you don't want to just sign him for 6 months, and if he does well, the fans will be asking for you to keep him. But signing a 30-year-old Coutinho on £33 million, for £33 million, it would be a lot of money for the model that FSG represent. For Aston Villa, Coutinho would be a huge player for them, and the young players could learn off Coutinho. Probably there is not a player as silky, as skillful, as technically brilliant as Coutinho at Aston Villa. At Liverpool we have many world-class players. At Aston Villa there are not that many. So it makes a lot more sense for them to sign Coutinho at the end of the season and to bring him in on loan than at Liverpool, because FSG are going to probably look for in the age bracket of between 22 and 26, and sign a player who could become the next Philippe Coutinho. And Danny Murphy, another former Liverpool player, also said that Curtis Jones has to start against Arsenal. Liverpool looked a lot more dangerous against Brentford than against Arsenal. Of course, Brentford played a lot more open than Arsenal with 10 men, but Danny Murphy said, for me Jones played a big part in that. He should also keep his place, because he brings more creativity from the midfield areas to go with the threat down the wings from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Jones was always looking forward whenever he got the ball against Brentford, and when he ended up in a left wing or inside left position, it allowed whoever was on that left side to free themselves and move more centrally to help Firmino. And then that's a very good, I think, a very good tactical setup that Liverpool have going, and I really hope that we go with Jones, Fabinho and Jordan Henderson against Arsenal. We need at least one a little bit more creative, more attacking midfielder alongside Fabinho and Henderson. It looks like Oxlade-Chamberlain will be out for a couple of weeks at least. He rolled his ankle. We don't know yet how long he's out for, but I will keep you posted on that as well. And thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.